remembrance from David's fiancée, Marta, accompanied by a U.S. police officer, and David's sister, Mary.
I would like to start with a proper thank you to the U.S. Police Department, and specifically the officers who have been with our family every moment since Tuesday. There are no words to describe the impact you've made on our lives. You've done more than any thank you could possibly convey. I would also like to express our gratitude on behalf of the family for every person, every department, and organization, everyone that has supported us this week, and each and every one of you here today. Every thought and action has great meaning. We have been brought here together in honor of David. If you have had a chance to know him, you're one of the lucky ones. If you haven't, we hope you walk away understanding the kind of person he was. There is one story that speaks to this very well that Chief Brown gave you a little bit of a glimpse of, but I'll tell you a little bit more from my side. And that is the story of our proposal. Many of you may have seen the images circulating the internet, so I would like to take an opportunity to share it firsthand. It was the week of both David and his sister Barrett's birthday in September of 2014. His sister arrived to our house midweek, clearly to celebrate their birthdays. Two of his best friends reached out to me because they wanted to fly in from New York and surprise Dave, and I was very excited about orchestrating the surprise. I had been asking to go on a ride-along for some time now, and of all days, Dave had to set it up on a day where I wouldn't be able to entertain his sweet sister and friends while he was at work. Slightly agitated by his subpar coordination, I almost didn't go, but Dave quickly mentioned that he had spoken to the chief about this and it would not reflect well on him if I had asked for a rain check. None of this was true, of course, but I trust him unconditionally and believe everything he says, so I agreed to go for a few short hours. So, it is the morning of Sunday, September 14th. There is a slight drizzle over a foggy yet calm Euless. Our day starts with a very prolonged and leisurely time at the police station, where we chatted with a dozen other officers about nothing related to work. I knew Dave was usually on the road by about 7:50, so being at almost 8:10, I took it upon myself to gently guide the force to start working. We're on the road. I'm excited. My adrenaline is rushing, although nothing is happening, but I'm looking forward to helping the city of Euless. Unfortunately, we have to stop at Starbucks. Expecting a quick run, I was appalled at the 45 minutes we spent there. The only thing that made it better is being able to say I'm with the cops. The barista gave Dave and Donnie, another officer and the right-hand man in this plan, their usual drinks complimentary, and I was beaming with respect for my man in blue. Still, I was looking forward to actually doing something with our day. Finally, we hit the streets. Dave is on his cell phone texting the entire time. How hypocritical. He is texting with Donnie, who we were just with. What could be so important? The jokes could wait till later. We enter a neighborhood and circle around a park. It's beginning to get interesting. Dave was a rover that day, which meant he didn't have a designated area and could patrol the entire city as needed. He was actually not at work, but anyway. Interestingly, we found ourselves making the same circle around what looked like a completely crime-free area on a Sunday morning. However, I understood that there was a suspicious vehicle in the parking lot of a park, and we were going to back up Donnie. It was a little strange that this was communicated by text and not over the radio. I see the park approaching. Dave turns on his lights and accidentally the siren. My heart is pounding. I don't know what it could be. Sometime during our morning, I had asked about the rules of what I should do at a car stop. He said that it is protocol for me to get out and stand in front of the car because I am a liability and I must be on camera, which overlooks the front of the vehicle. Feeling like this could get a bit dangerous, I asked if I could get back in the car if I felt uncomfortable. Sorry. But he stressed that I should stand in front of the hood as long as I could. Again, I knew he would protect me and would not do anything to compromise my safety, so I followed his orders. Dave gets outside and begins walking towards the van where Donnie has started the conversation with the driver, as I awkwardly stand where I was supposed to. He peeks in. I had joked very lightly, because of my background, that if it's a van full of immigrants, to please be nice. Within seconds, Dave abruptly opens the door and says, "Everyone out," and I see this very familiar woman come out of the van holding a camera. It is my mom. Following is Dave's mom, sister, and 10 other family and best friends. It was indeed a van full of immigrants. I don't remember how the next 2 minutes go, so I'm incredibly thankful that we have it recorded on 2 dash cams. As you may already be putting this together, David carried out an intricate plan. When we had spoken about this special moment, I had requested that my family be there and that it gets recorded on camera. This turned out to be the reason why he insisted I stand in my strange little spot. And those friends that I thought I had flown in to surprise him turned out to be part of the plot too. His sister told me he was savoring the nonsense excuses about me being at work that I was texting him when I was picking them up at 10 p.m. on a Friday night. While this is a neat and humorous story, it tells us so much about who David was. He cared about people and was thoughtful in how he interacted with each person. He went out of his way to give me exactly what I dreamed my proposal would be. I didn't know it was going to be in a parking lot, but it was beautiful. He was generous, flying out my parents, and thoughtfully coordinating the details to ensure they were well taken care of. And he always enjoyed playing a good joke. The fact that I'm extremely gullible was definitely on his side, as it was most days in our relationship. Mainly, it is no surprise that he proposed in blue. To my sweet, sweet Dave, how truly blessed I am to have gotten to know your beautiful soul. Each moment of the last 4 years was overflowing with laughter, joy, love, comfort, and respect. Your genuine spirit, selflessness, unique sense of humor, and pure heart are unmatched. You are one of a kind. You are loved. You are missed beyond meaning. I adore everything about you. I am proud of you. It is my absolute honor and privilege to be the one you chose to love. I love you times infinity plus one, as you would competitively say. Thank you.
We're now going to have special remarks. by David's father, Helmut Hofer. Will come forward.
My son was also a big guy. But still I have to go down a little bit here. First of all, I would like to thank the people of Euless, the Euless Police Department, the New York Police Department, and the Princeton, New Jersey Police Department for their help in these difficult hours. I thank the officers who have come here from all around the country to give us support. And I thank the neighboring police departments for helping their Euless colleagues. My family is grateful to all of you who have given us your support. David was a bright, intelligent man with a degree from NYU. He had high principles and ideals. David loved his job. He really loved this job. He never compromised his beliefs and would give the shirt off the back for a friend, but not only for friends. David believed in the betterment of people, and he believed in hard work and getting things done. He never could wrap his head around the fact that bad things happen to good people. And he did not like politicians who talked without getting anything done. Over the last days, I have met many of his friends from Texas and many friends from New York who have come here to share our pain. We have spent the evenings hugging and talking about David, and my family learned so many new things about him. David was very special. He liked to write poetry, but always concealed this from his fellow officers, tough guys, with very few exceptions. Actually, I talked to other Euless police officer who told me he writes poems as well, but I shouldn't tell the others. So maybe we have a whole group of poets there we never knew about. One of his poems will be read later. We are on a cheerful note here because he enriched us so much, but for me at least, I can tell you it will be quite tough. Humanity, that is what he brought to the community, and he left a mark. David was very close to his sister. Being a cop is tough, and when something bothered him, she stood by his side. A story we only know from her. He had stopped a car, and in it was a frightened elderly couple. The car registration had expired. They had no insurance. They had run out of cash. They were at the end of their rope. He found out that one of them had had a medical problem. Over this they had lost jobs and then their home. They had lost everything. He talked to Merit later and said, "What if this were our grandparents?" She asked, what did you do with them? He answered, "I filled their gas tank, I gave them $100, I called around and made arrangements so they would have a place to stay that night." By the way, the old lady was so sweet. She told me she had prayed to God to send an angel, and she was now convinced that I was that angel. As a family who lost a wonderful son and brother, and a friend to many, there's one last thing I want to do before I sit down, and I think that is what David would have wished. So David came to Texas to start a family, own a home, and rescue a dog. When he was making the decision to move to Texas, he visited me and we talked. He kept repeating how he felt a sense of community there, how people treated each other with dignity and respect. Surely, Euless wasn't the perfect community, but these guys were facing their problems. He talked about programs they had in place, and The programs were about to keep our kids out of trouble. So let me talk for him, and I know he would approve this message. At a time where many of our higher level politicians just talk, where even we the people seem not to be able to agree on anything, there is one thing we should be able to agree on. Let's keep our kids out of trouble. Many parents do a wonderful job, others need help. Maybe some cases are hopeless, but most are not. The strong communities help the weaker ones, and step by step we improve. There will be setbacks, but overall we will get better. We just need the will to do it, the patience to succeed, and the strength to overcome setbacks. David made the ultimate sacrifice while doing the job he loved. But there are many less dangerous things each of us can do in our communities to make them better. If you believe that the goal, keep our kids out of trouble, is worth fighting for, please stand up and honor my son. Don't sit down now. Stay, please. Many of you knew David, and those who didn't have by now had the opportunity to get an idea from the many supportive articles and social media posts. Imagine David with his characteristic smile. Remember his wit. If he is watching us now, what would he want us to do? U.S. police officer, New York police officers, forget protocol, forget formality, give your neighbor a hug, and everybody else give your neighbor a hug, and make David proud. You may be seated.